Hey YouTube, I just made this video and I shut the camera off before it downloaded the video, and that sucked. So here I am again, making it again. I'm sorry that I haven't made a video in a long time. I put it off and I kept putting it off, and here we are. I got burnt really bad doing a photo shoot for a Little League competition, something like that. I'm not a professional photographer. I just own a fairly nice camera, and so I got hooked up with a guy and did that. And it was 12 hours a day over the weekend, 2 days, direct sunlight, and I got burnt so bad that it took a month for me to stop peeling. And I'm just now getting to where I'm all healed, but my head's all splotchy, and that's where I'm wearing a hat. But anyway, today I'm just going to tell you about myself. I feel like I should prepare better so that my videos are more clear and it's not a bunch of me saying uhs and thinking of what to say. That's kind of annoying. I know I watch a lot of YouTube and that annoys the shit out of me. But I'm just going to tell you about myself, and it's not going to be the whole gory, gritty details of everything, because I just don't know how smart it is to release video admitting to how big a piece of shit you were in the past. But so let's just get started. I started using when I was 14, and I'm not going to go into details of what I was using. And see, there you go. I'm trying so hard not to say But I started when I was 14, and I was a full-blown drug addict from that point on. And I was stealing everything that I could get my hands on. Stealing from my mother at the beginning. Just everything. At first it was slow, and it wasn't a big deal. And then I started finding out where to get drugs more easily. Get drugs easier. And then it snowballed. I would steal more, and then I learned that you could steal from stores and sell, and where to sell the stuff that you stole from stores, just like everyday items like freaking batteries, things like that. But if you steal enough of them, it adds up. At one point, I was towards the end of my stay in Houston, my drug use in Houston, I was up to $2,000 a day. And that was all being funded by me stealing. And this just went on, and it was an insane lifestyle. I'm so lucky to even be alive. I can't tell you how many times that I have run for my life from people trying to kill me. And it's just insane. It's real insane. But so I stole everything from my mom. My mom, my sister, and brother were just living in constant fear that I was going to... They didn't know what I would do. They weren't drug users, and they don't know anything about that. So to them, I was insane. I mean, they didn't know if I was going to kill them or what. They didn't know. And of course I wouldn't. I wasn't a violent person. I was just a little shitbag. I ended up going to jail a bunch of times in Texas. And eventually, my mother just got sick of it, and she kicked me out of the house, and I wasn't allowed to come back. And then I ended up sleeping in the shed in our backyard one night, and I woke up that morning, and my mom was out there, and she told me if I really wanted help, that she would help me. And so I accepted, and we found a place called the Watershed in Florida. Great place. I'm not. It's as nice a rehab as I've ever been in. It was very nice, but didn't help me at all because I wasn't ready. I personally was not ready. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And everybody always thinks that they're ready, but it's a sad truth that a lot of people have to reach. They have to hit bottom, rock bottom, before they're willing to change. Some people are really smart, and they can see that rock bottom's coming. They'll see it from a long ways off, and they'll realize that they need to change. But most people are not that smart. I was one of those people. I got out of the watershed and met a chick in there in the watershed, got married to her, and continued using drugs forever, destroyed her life. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Anyway, we blew through a shit ton of money, and I ended up going to jail again on like it was ridiculous, like 24 charges on one thing, and it was for me going to jail. Anyway, I'm gonna edit all that out. Fuck. But I went to jail again and got out and was homeless for about a year. And one day I just I went to the water, down to the beach, and went swimming to sort of clean up and clean myself off physically. And I swam out real far into the ocean and just started crying, man. I couldn't, my life was complete and utter shit. And I didn't know, I knew that if I kept on the path that I was on, that was all I'd ever have, was sleeping on the street and begging for money and all that crap, dude. And I would just rather be dead, than that's all you have to look forward to the rest of your life. So I found a place to clean up, and of course it did not work at all. This place was in the middle of the ghetto. The houses were falling apart, literally falling apart. Holes in the floors, rats running around. And it worked for some guys there, but they really, really wanted it. And I guess at that point I didn't want it that bad. So I ended up relapsing, kicked out of there a bunch of times. The last time I had been doing great. I was good for a month, which was the longest I'd ever stayed clean since I was 14. It was a whole 30 days. And I went out and relapsed, and the cops picked me up, and I went to jail. And it was probably the best thing that could have happened, because while I was in there, I heard about a guy in Port St. Lucie, Florida, that was running a program called TRC Ministries. And this guy came and got me when I got out of jail. I called him with my last quarter, and he came and got me at like 11 o'clock at night in his pajamas. And for guys who run these rehab places, they're not, the big business ones, they don't work for shit. Let me tell you that, unless you're really serious. And the guys who run these things like independently, a lot of them are sleazy. They use the people they're getting clean as free labor and things like that, and they don't really care if you get clean. They get government assistance and stuff like that, but this guy was different. He honestly cared whether you got clean, and he really, it was a really good program, and it was just what I needed at the time. Nice house, nice neighborhood. It was in a regular residential home with me and a bunch of other guys, and it was a nice house, and it gave me what I needed to get a foothold on a regular life. So I got a job, and I still got in trouble a couple times. Like once every 6 months I would have an episode, and Bill was the pastor that ran it. It was a faith-based thing. And I think he kicked me out one time, and I left on my own. He never kicked me out. Towards the end, after 2 years of being there, he did kick me out. He told me I wasn't getting anything from the program, and I was pissed off at the time, but he was right. I wasn't getting anything. It was really becoming kind of a hindrance for me, slowing me down. So I got my own place. I rented a room from some old guy, and I was there for probably another year, something like that. And I got laid off from my job because the company was basically going bankrupt. They laid me off, and I could not find work to save my life after that. I have a long list of criminal history. It's just all petty shit, but still, it's stuff like petty theft, and petty theft is petty, and it's not a big deal if you're a kid. When you get caught as a kid, and it's one time or 3 times when you're a kid. But this shit had been going on for my whole life, and employers couldn't see past that. It was like, this guy will rob me blind, and I can't blame him for thinking that. But I never stole when I wasn't high. I only stole to feed a habit. And when I was clean, I was an angel. That's what my mother used to say. She was like, if you could just stay clean, because when I'm clean, I'd do anything for anybody, Anyway, but lost my license. It got suspended in like 2004. So, and in Florida, anytime you get in trouble with the law, you have to pay like a restitution. You got restitutions, you have court costs, and if you don't pay even one of those things, they take away your license. And I had a lot of traffic violations and crap. It's like 3 pages long, of just me driving without a license, just speeding and all that kind of bullshit. When I was 20, and I'm 30 now, 32 I think. So I didn't have a car, so that did not help me in finding a job, and I'm still to this day have not found steady work. I work here and there doing odd home remodels and things like that, or photo shoots, and just shit that I can scrape up. But I'm still to this day, after I was like 6-7 years clean, still dealing with the fallout from when I was using. But I am clean. And the Tramadol. Of course, I was taking the Tramadol since I don't know, what was it, 07, something like that, 2007, 2008. I don't remember. But I had a terrible bike accident, broke my wrist and all that, so I got on that. But that wasn't even a blip on my radar. It was a problem for sure, and I had to quit it, and I did quit it. But in the grand scheme of things, that is almost barely even worth mentioning. But I'm so glad that so many people have been helped by my video. I read the emails and the comments every day, and I try to reply to all of them. But it's pretty amazing, when you can do something to help somebody else. That's the greatest reward for me. I would rather help other people and make no money than make tons of money, and all I do is some meaningless bullshit job. I don't understand how people can work their whole lives doing something that just really ultimately doesn't mean shit to anybody. And that I don't know. But it means a lot to me when people comment and say that something I've said helps them. That's awesome. That's great. It kind of makes you feel like, it was all kind of worth it, And I'm not happy that my life, if I could change things, I would. But my life has made me who I am today. And I like who I am today. I'm an intelligent, very kind, empathetic person. And I like that about me. And, when you cut all the bullshit out, that's all you got is you. There may be... anyway, I'm not going to get all philosophical and mushy. But I'm clean today, and I will be making more videos detailing methods to help stay clean and get clean. But I think that's it for this video. This is about the 3rd time my camera's had issues, and this is about my 3rd or 4th time making this video. So I'm going to end it here, and I'll pick this back up very soon with whatever. So, alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like if you liked the video. And, alright, see you next time.